Hi everybody, we are back with the third episode of On-Chain Level Up. I'm Benny along with Arturo. We are gonna explore a couple of terms and explanation about DeFi. So I'm really excited to start this episode. So I'm just gonna pass the mic to Arturo for going to the first topic and saying hi also to the community.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are going to be covering today what is DeFi and the applications that you can build into DeFi. So, we are going to use this as an introductory part for the upcoming episodes, okay? So, what is DeFi? DeFi means decentralized finance. It's totally a new world that is creating thanks to blockchain, crypto, different protocols. So, let's go with it. Imagine a bank, but without the bank. So let's say DeFi lets people lend, borrow, trade, earn interest on money without needing a middleman, right? So here you are self-custodian of everything, of your assets. You have different applications that where you can deposit your money, trade your different crypto. But why DeFi is a big deal? I pass the mic to you.
Yeah, you really touch upon that. Imagine a bank without a bank. So the main offering of DeFi is running the financial instruments like lending, borrowing, trades, or earning interest without any middleman between. And also, it's in a self-custody way. So if you haven't watched the self-custody and custody episode in the previous video, go watch it in somewhere top corner. So I'll put it as a external link. So anyway, so you can think of and following that, apart from you can run a lot of activities on financial activities without a middleman. It's open every time, so it's like 24 hour and 7 days of the week. It's open, and you can go and trade with it or lend or borrow assets. So in comparison to the banks, they are open in a limited working hours, and after, for example, 6 p.m., they are not responding you and they are not proceeding your request, right? So so in fact, in DeFi world and blockchain world, it's open endlessly, and it's so transparent, and also it's accountable. You can see a lot of others transactions, and this is something that trust comes from the transparency. And with the help of a smart contract, it is somehow a trustless, so you can trust a no man and handling the trades or whatever financial instrument you want to do on chain.
I think you say the most important parts that are transparency and I think freedom here with DeFi. You don't depend on anyone. You are your own manager of your money. So I think we are going to cover some specific terms, just do introduction about them because we are going to have one specific episode for each of them. So I'm going to go with the first one. What is decentralized exchanges? I mean, what is a DEX and what is the difference from a centralized exchange?
So decentralized exchanges or DEX, I'm giving you a concrete example. Imagine you're holding a crypto asset like Ethereum or XDC. You want to convert it to another token, for example, USDT. So DEXs are responsible to handling this financial operation, which is a trade operation. Someone sells something, somebody buys something, right? So that is happening. That is called a trade. So in fact, so yeah, that is a simple explanation of DEX. So you convert your crypto asset to another crypto asset, and that is facilitated by the DEXs. I'm so excited that we are gonna cover it in a separate episode because there are a lot of topics and details about DEXs that we are gonna learn in the next episodes.
Amazing. I think since Uniswap started the decentralized exchanges, we are going to have a lot of information to cover in our decentralized exchange episode. One of the other parts that you can do with decentralized finance is lending and borrowing. It's one of my passions here into crypto, the amount of things that lending and borrowing offers to you, from normal lend and borrow, earn interest, to flash loans, trying to attack different protocols. I mean, it's insane the amount of things that you can do here. And that's why it's probably the biggest amount of TVL into blockchains. I mean, lending and borrowing. And now also liquid staking, since Lido Finance releases the protocol in Ethereum, liquid staking is probably one of the biggest TVLs into blockchains. So what is liquid staking? I mean, in easy words, what is liquid staking?
So when it comes to liquid staking, we need to go over the staking term, right? So because liquid staking is an advanced technology that is built on top of other things. So imagine the POS systems, proof of stake systems, that you deposit your money in it to earn some, to doing some certain activities. So in the context of blockchain networks, and POS systems like Ethereum or XDC network, you deposit a fixed amount of asset, like XDC. In the context of XDC, you deposit 10 million XDC in exchange for an interest rate, and also be eligible to run some validators on chain to processing the transaction and building the blocks, right? So this is a staking that is the core and essence part of the staking, which gives you a realistic realistic amount in terms of earning more money in exchange for generating transactions or processing the transactions, and also earning some interest upon it. So liquid staking is somehow removes this barrier. So it's like, so if I'm not a technical person, I don't know how to run a software to become a part of a network. So with liquid staking part system, they create an abstract way that you can deposit your money, and that protocol, liquid staking protocol, takes care of running validators, earning interest, and distributing rewards among the stakers of that protocol. Another thing that liquid staking offers is um, like, in comparison to the normal POS system or normal stakings, you need to deposit a fixed amount, as I said earlier. So with the help of liquid stakings, if you don't have that much of fixed amount, like 10 million XTC, which worth over $1 million right now. So imagine you want to become a part of the network and you don't have $1 million, right? And you don't want to deposit $1 million. So this liquid staking somehow fractionalizing it to a smaller pieces that people can, let's say, with $10 become part of that system to be able to operating blocks. And with the help of third-party services that running validators, liquid staking operates in this way. So you want to add more on top of liquid staking? I'm
I
sure that we are gonna say a lot in the next episodes.
I think it's more than sufficient already. We are going to cover liquid staking here because we are providing a service of liquid staking. So we need to cover in detail about how everything works. And one of the terms that we need to cover is APY, is the annual percentage yield, means how much money you are making with your investment. I mean, or the amount that you are adding as a liquidity. Doesn't matter if it's a liquid staking, DEX, or lending and borrowing. And also TVL. TVL means total value locked. Usually is a representative of trust into this protocol. As higher is the TVL, as safer and probably more stable is the protocol. What are the most important DApps in this case, or DEX, lending and borrowing, or liquid staking, in terms of TVL? Liquid staking and lending and borrowing are the top two, since you don't need that really big amount of liquidity on a DEX to do trading. Let's say with 50 million should be more than sufficient, or 300 million in case of stable coins, to do shameless trading. And I think with these two key specific terms like APY and TVL, we will be able to understand most of the parts into the DeFi applications. So, do you want to cover something more about DeFi, or just let's go to the next episodes and start explaining?
Yeah, I want to add a few things over here. So why we really care about these three categories that we have highlighted in the presentation. So DEXs, lending and borrowing protocols, or liquid stakings. So these three are the main categories on the DeFi if you want to build a DeFi ecosystem. So imagine the banks that people used to deposit a lot of money inside the bank treasuries, and these banks are operating some financial instruments, going to the forex, doing a lot of trades over there, or doing hedge, or building something good for the country, right? And it's kind of an investment that is comes to the investment banking that I'm not gonna cover that much. So this lending and borrowing is a core and essential part in DeFi, along with the DEXs and liquid staking. So imagine you want to run a leverage trading, and without lending and borrowing and DEXs, it's not possible. So these three categories sits at the lowest level in the DeFi ecosystems. Without these three, we don't have DeFi, and we don't have any additional option like DEX aggregators or perpetual tradings and so on and so forth, right? So these are so important. I wanted to highlight. So 24-hour trading volume is super obvious. It's a sum of all the trades happened on the DEXs. Let's say in the context of DEX, it's a sum of all the trades happened. For example, in all the different pairs, you want to swap it to USDT or something like this, and the overall amount that happens in a day is 24-hour volume, which is really important. We will cover it in the next episodes why it's important, and it relates to which section, DEXs, perpetual trading, or what, right? And unique wallet addresses is another metric that is very important for the chains to have it in a large amount of scales. That it's, as we covered the wallets in the previous episode, so wallets gives you a unique identity, right? So it represents you in the on-chain or blockchain transactions, and you are doing whatever amount of activities on the chain. And this is a number of unique wallet addresses which have ever created in that particular blockchain, and it has done at least one transaction. So which means that in the public ledger that we have, there is one unique address that has done one unique transaction. So we count all of these numbers, and we achieve the unique wallet addresses, and which is very crucial for the chains to have a lot of unique wallet addresses, which we can think of as legitimate addresses on the chain.
Nice. I think this covers most of the parts. I think now we are okay to go into detail in decentralized changes in the next episode. So I want to say that thank you so much to everyone, and I want to see you in the next episode that we are going to cover the decentralized changes.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you are liking the video and subscribe us and sharing it to your friends. So we covered the surface level of DeFi and some essential things on the blockchain in general. We are gonna go deeper in the next episode, as Arturo mentioned. So thanks for watching the video. Hope to see you on the next episodes. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.